Rob, LHGK. Today we're chatting about med stuff, specifically this one from Spiritus Systems. This is one of 4 med kits that I'm wearing on my person during TAC medic activations. I've usually got this one thrown on my back. This one is on my ankle. I've got this one that I'm either carrying briefcase style or thrown over my shoulder. It's from SO-Tech. And then I have a dangler that's attached to the front of my armor. The dangler ankle med kit both have shorts in the med section, and this one from SO-Tech has a little bit longer video in the med section as well. Let's talk about this one. This is the Delta bag from Spiritus Systems. These things run roughly $200. You can get them in a variety of different colors. The way I've got this thing set up, it's about 15 inches long, 10 inches wide, and 7 or so inches deep. It's got 3 diagonal zipper pockets on the front, 2 pockets on the rear, carry handle here, briefcase style carry handle off to the side, 2 shoulder straps. It's got a couple different attachment points on the top as well as the side of the pack. The way that I've got this thing set up is with a med patch, another patch that just identifies it as mine. I've got a couple safety pins thrown on here, trauma shears accessible from the outside, and then a TQ holder. This one's from Blue Force Gear. I wear this on my back, and my goal is to leave it on my back, use it as somewhat of a resupply point until we get to a point in the medical problem that would require me to remove this and then do a little bit higher level care. Now, we support 3 different teams on the TAC medic team that I work on. All of the officers on those tactical teams are issued med kits. They're carrying tourniquets, packing material, wrapping material, and chest seals. Those guys are taught to use their own med kit on themselves if they would become injured, or their buddy's med kit if their buddy would become injured. That's why I'm calling this a resupply point of sorts. And same thing with this thing here. I would use this as somewhat of a resupply point, depending on what it is that we're working on. Let me break this one down. The green pocket is for my bleeder kits. The red pocket is for bleeding control items. Blue pocket is for airway items. And this orange one, I don't plan on getting into this unless the pack is taken off my back. We'll open that up and look at the contents here in a second on that one. As far as green pocket, I open this up and I've got 2 bleeder kits in here. The bleeder kits are TQs, packing material, wrapping material, chest seals, and some ABD pads. I love these bleeder kits. The contents in these are pretty much the exact same contents that are in my dangler, same contents that are in the medical kit. You saw one of the bleeder kits in the SO-Tech med bag. And what I like about these things is it's easy to get to, it has everything that I would need. If I need to drop this and hand it off to somebody else and then keep moving, they know what is in there because these contents look very similar to the kits that are issued to all of our officers. As far as the pocket itself, Velcro on the back, and then it's got a mesh bottom in it. I like to position the zippers off to one side. That way, for the most part, it's easier to get into. We'll go from the green pocket to the red pocket. Red pocket is bleeding control items. Again, open that thing up. And in here, I've got packing and wrapping material, both from North American Rescue. The wrapping material is nothing more than a flat trauma dressing from North American Rescue. These would be the 4-inchers. The packing material is S-rolled gauze from North American Rescue. I've got 2 trauma dressings and 2 packages of packing material. Drop it down to the blue pocket. Blue pocket is all my airway stuff. I have a Ziploc baggie that has OPAs, NPAs, lube for the NPAs, chest needles for needle decompression, and that is it. It's in there. I've also got 4 chest seals. These are all the compact ones from Hyphen, and then some Narcan stuffed in the bottom of that pack. All 3 pockets have Velcro on them. This bottom pocket is not mesh, has a mesh top, just because of that way fluids can run to the bottom and then drain out through those grommets on the bottom of the pack. I throw my chest seals in the back. I have my bag of airway adjuncts tucked in on top of that, and then my Narcan is just thrown off to the side. Again, guys can retrieve items out of this, using it as somewhat of a resupply point if I would ask them to do so. We'll go to the side, and this is where I can unzip this thing. I like having the zippers positioned here in the middle. That way when I open it up, I can get to everything a little bit easier. We'll break down one side and then the other. This kit is set up with a couple of different organizational panels on both sides. It has shot cord just to keep my items in place. Working from my right to left, I've got a stethoscope, I've got IV setup, I've got a Crite kit. IV setup has a 10cc syringe. I've got a starter kit. I've got catheters. I've got a lock, and then of course some fluid. Crite kit has a scalpel and a handful of other items in there if I would need it. As far as behind my Crite kit, I have some forceps. And you can see the zipper panel here, the attachment panel here is nothing more than Velcro to the back of the pack itself. And then I've got shock cord that just helps keep items in place if I open this thing up. Moving from this side to this side, I've got a collapsible BVM, a tube holder, 60cc syringe. I've got 3 King Airways. My King Airways are rigged for a little bit easier access. I've got the height marked on there just to make it a little bit quicker. And then I have these staged with Gorilla Tape so that I can rip it and get into these a little bit easier. The reason I like this kit so much is all the items are accessible from the outside while it's on my back. I can use this as a resupply point. It is a fairly compact bag. While it's a little bit on the expensive side, it works really, really well, does everything that I need it to, and then some. Contents are organized. I can have them labeled how I would like. For the most part, all of the guys in our team are running the exact same setup with color coding and everything else. Bleeder kits, bleeding control items, airway stuff. I open it up and I've got the rest of my items if I'm doing a little bit higher level care stuff. If you got any questions on this one here from Esotech, my ankle med kit or my dangler, hit me up. Let me know if I can help in any way.